Okay, if you were to think of drama on YouTube, and in particular the commentators surrounding it, you'd probably think of somebody like this idiot, or maybe somebody like this idiot. But it's actually kind of surprising to me that this idiot, Charlie Critical, is actually the king of the drama commentary thing going right now. Dean Project friggin' dope. Critical friggin' yeah.
Welcome to the Dean Project Show. My name is Munchie, the straight edge Nutcracker. Hit that like as I introduce your high host, Dan Frampton.
Friggin' dope, Munchie.
Friggin' dope, Dan.
Alright, okay. It is actually surprising that Critical is the drama commentary king right now, because he's more known to be like the foul-mouthed gamer, the Twitch streamer fella. You know, he might react to some YouTube videos, and then he might take those clips from Twitch and put them onto YouTube, and we're all cool with that because he's Critical. You know, Charlie's dope. But one thing that he's been doing better than anybody else is drama commentary. So he's not always a drama channel, okay? But when he is, it's a glorious thing because he actually does it better than anybody else that actually builds their whole channel around being a drama commentary channel. Now Charlie, he kind of accidentally backed himself, painted himself into this corner of having to be the drama commentary guy because he made a mistake, okay? In that critical error, no pun intended, he made a tweet regarding the Bernie Sanders TikTok dancing girl and all the simps that, you know, were related to that whole story. And ever since that, all of his fans are demanding, Charlie, you gotta hit us up with the drama content. You gotta tell us about what you feel about Invader V. You gotta tell us what you think about H3. And you know what? He's coming through with not only great fucking points, but like probably the best ones that you can have. Yeah, he's a reasonable, level-headed guy, that Charlie, that Critical, that Penguin Zero. Yeah, he's got a really solid head on his shoulders and a really filthy tongue inside that mouth. And those things can coexist, yeah, and he proves it every time that he uploads a thing onto his channel. Yeah, and I go there for the moist meter. I want a movie review, I want a video game review, yeah, and that's cool, yeah. And I also want to watch those podcasts because it helps support his friends, those content creators, his friends there. I like to support that kind of thing, yeah. Yeah, Critical. He's the drama voice on YouTube. If you want to take, if you want to point, this is the guy you're going to. And isn't that crazy? Like the guy at the beginning of the year who we were going to watch like robot wrestling commentary and like him talking about, I don't know, fucking making sausages and shit, is now the guy that actually talks about drama the best. Now I know that his like loyal fan base, some of them are not too keen on that, and a lot of them think that maybe he's like selling out a little bit, but I don't think that's the case. I don't think that he's fucking selling out one bit, and one reason why he's making these videos is to just like shut people up, and it's not like he cares about the drama. He's just like an internet veteran, and he knows what's going on, he knows the landscape, so why not just give like a fucking opinion or two, get the video out of the way, and fucking just like move on to the next thing, so then fucking all the people aren't just being like, hey, what do you think of the Invader V thing? Hey, what do you think of the Caterino thing? Hey, what do you think of this drama? Hey, what do you think of that drama? So he just does it now, and that's not bad, and I love those videos. That being said, let's talk about the tea. Let's talk about the best tea of 2020. Yeah, let's talk about the best tea. Let's make a top 10 list of the best beefs, the best dramas, the best tea, the hottest spills on the YouTube this year so far. Number 10, we're gonna start with Jeffree Star. Okay, and it wasn't that big of a fucking drama, it wasn't that big of a thing, but the whole thing was that he had a makeup palette, and he called it cremated, and a lot of people thought, well, that was insensitive, you shouldn't have done that because of the thing that's going on in the world right now, and a lot of people have people dying in their lives, and maybe cremated isn't the best thing to market your fucking makeup palette with. Okay, I forgot to mention this top 10 list of best teas, best beefs, and best dramas of the year. It's actually going to be bonus points for the Dean's list that I do here on the channel. So a lot of the creators that I'm going to be mentioning here on this list, they're not going to be creators that I particularly like, but they're going to be picking up some cheeky, some sneaky little porky points along the way. So when I do the list at the end of the year, we might be like, oh, how did this creator get here? Or why is this creator here? These guys suck. Why did you give these guys points? And that's because they're involved in some of the dramas that are getting bonus points on this here episode. So I already gave Jeffree Star 1 point at the number 10 spot for beefiest tea of the year, and so I'm going to say the number 8. And so that's not how the numbers work. So the number 9 beefiest tea of the year, we're going to be giving this to Gundam and Pokimane. Okay, so Pokimane didn't like the fact that Gundam like fucking made a video talking about like the simps that watch Pokimane, and she like called out a sponsor, and it was just like a couple days of drama. And then Philip DeFranco actually covered the story but didn't mention Gundam's name, and that was a whole other drama. But then Philly D came back on, he made his own little apology, bing bang boom, we move on to the next thing. We're giving out 3 beefy tea points to, who do we got here? We got idubbbz. You remember idubbbz and his girlfriend, that whole OnlyFans thing? That wasn't really the beefiest tea of the year so far, but it was enough to pick up 3 points. Now there's been this trend going on Twitch that has been carrying over to YouTube, and that is Twitch thoughts, or Twitch girls that primarily just like, you know, they don't really play video games that well, and that's not their whole point. Their point is to just get people to donate to them and for them to think that they have like this internet girlfriend, and that's whatever, that's no big deal. But what is a big deal is when they start shaming you for not donating to them, and that's been kind of a trend that's been going on. And the fucking mindfuck of the whole thing is the outrage that it causes is insane, but then like their subs eventually go up. But who fucking caused the most of this right now? We're talking about Invader V. Alright, she came on and everybody talked about Invader V. There was a couple weeks there where it was on everybody's tongue. I couldn't get around an Invader V clip, alright? But I'm glad we're moving on. Okay, at the number 6 spot, picking up 5 beefy tea points, we got Deji for his sub-botting controversy. And Kavos did a pretty good job of like exposing this, and it was pretty funny to watch all transpire, and then Deji just didn't have anything to say. But then Deji got like overshadowed by another beefy tea that just like made everybody forget about the sub-botting thing, which is gonna be highlighted a little bit later on in this list. I bet you can guess which one it was. Alright, okay, we're halfway through the list. We got some beefier teas coming up, I swear, don't get pissed if I missed your favorite beefy tea, and if I did, just comment down there, please. Okay, we're sticking with a little bit of the Twitch drama here. At the number 5 spot, picking up 6 beefy tea points, we're getting Ferociously Steph. Okay, this is somebody that Twitch appointed to their Twitch Safety Advisory Council, or whatever the fuck bullshit term it was called. Essentially, these creators were just like figureheads for Twitch and the change and to implement kind of like bans and that kind of thing, but it was just to appease like the public. Like, oh, we have creators that are looking after other creators. But this fucking Ferociously Steph chick came on, and she was all about the power. She was like, you better not fucking fuck with me or I'm gonna have you banned. I think all y'all gamers are white supremacists. And anyway, there was a couple weeks where I couldn't get away from this story. So as much as I didn't like it, and as much as I was annoyed by it, I have no other choice but to give Ferociously Steph 6 points. Okay, we're just gonna whiz through this here. Okay, man, we're gonna talk about number 4, giving 7 beefy tea points to Katarino and all the dudes that she was banging. Okay, at number 3, we're gonna give 8 beefy tea points to Susie Lou. Alright, not only because she was stealing all the anime and uploading it like it was her own, alright? That's not the reason why, but it kind of ties into it, because all these creators called her out for that, but then she started copy striking all these creators, all this like valid criticism, and she was calling it harassment, and then she was fucking like bouncing around to fucking like Patreon and making people fucking pay to watch her react poorly to anime videos that she ripped in their entirety, completely breaking all of the fair use laws. So for all that fucking bullshit, I have no choice but to put Susie Lou on the Dean's list with 8 beefy tea points. Oh, beefy tea. delicious, succulent, beefy tea, Colleen Ballinger / Miranda Sings, number 2, picking up 9 points. I have to slap her on the Dean's list because this tea I think was pretty tremendous, and I was thinking this was going to be the tea of the year because of how surprising it was. She said her sorries and she apologized, and I think everything's going to go all right for Colleen. Her career is going to move forward. There was nothing like detrimental. She didn't get like too canceled over it or anything. But it was like just because of how surprising it was, and because it involved like kids, and it was just weird as shit. I was like, oh my god, this is fucked, and I didn't think anything was gonna top it. But as you can tell, and you know how top 10 lists work, number 2 is definitely not number 1. There is beefier tea to come. It's pretty obvious what's the tea of 2020 so far. It's obviously H3 versus Keemstar. Alright, H3 and Keemstar, I know people are choosing sides on this thing, but I think like the more reasonable approach to this whole thing is that they're both idiots, and they're both stupid, and they're both assholes, and they're both fucking just like ruining each other's careers, and nothing is to fucking gain because of it. But if like people are now listening to their podcasts, and if like they're fucking growing and learning from it, then this is gonna be all great. But if this just ends up being fucking a big old pissing contest of who is the biggest asshole, and who can like dig up the fucking most bones on each other, like people do not fucking care about that, man. Yet everybody knows all the shit that Keemstar has done. Everybody knows all the shit that H3 has done and said, and they both still have fans. They both still have their fucking huge fucking clubhouses or whatever. That's not ever gonna go a fucking way. And I know Keemstar's all like, let's have a boxing match, and Ethan's like, no, I'm gonna use your own words against you and say like you're just trying to distract from the actual topic at hand right now. So all of that being said, all of that happened, and Charlie Critical Penguin Zero had the best takes on it. 2 videos that I recommend that you go watch over any of the H3 videos, over any of the Keemstar videos. The Charlie videos are the best ones. They are the ones with the real takeaways, and the ones that you can actually fucking like end the story in your brain with. We need some closure. We need to put a lid on things so that we can move on with our lives. We need to get over it. The internet needs to get over this beef so we can move on to something else. Like grade A under A is back. And what that must be a talking point, but we're not talking about that. No, we're not talking about Deji subbotting anymore. No, we're talking about H3. We gotta move on from that, and if you want closure, then I suspect that you should go watch Charlie's videos. They'll give you everything that you need to put a bow on this and move on with your life. He's the king of the commentary. Okay, so for being the king of commentary, and since I'm awarding fucking bonus points onto the Dean's list right now, I'm going to be giving Critical 3 bonus points, which, just like furthers his lead. He's already at number 1. But here you go, Critical. Here's 3 more points. And I also want to give away 3 bonus points to Tipster for being on top of all the news with the quick uploads, the quick updates, and all that kind of thing. Even though I don't agree with all of it, I still fucking appreciate that hustle. And because he's hustling, 3 bonus points for you. Now you might be thinking, what about KSI? What about Jake Paul? And I think that this feud is just boiling right now, and that is a fucking future beefy tea that we should be looking forward to fucking talking about in the near future. Okay, well, thank you for watching that load of horseshit that I call content. If you enjoyed it, remember to scroll on down and spank a little like on it for me. Dean Project friggin' dope. Dean Project, press a like. Dean Project, then subscribe, oh yeah. Patreon, Dean Project, press a like. Dean Project, friggin' dope. Dean Project, then subscribe. Patreon, oh Patreon, friggin' yeah.